José João da Conceição Gonçalves Mattoso is a Portuguese medievalist and university professor. Mattoso earned his doctoral degree in medieval history from the Catholic University of Leuven, in Belgium, in 1966. While he was Benedictine monk at the Abbey of Singeverga, he returned to secular life in 1970, and taught at the University of Lisbon, and at the new University of Lisbon. He was also a director of National Archives, Torre Tombo. He is recognized in Portugal and internationally as one of the most distinguished scholars of the history of medieval Portugal, and much of his scholarly work is largely devoted to that period. His works include, among others, Ricos Homens, Infancos e Cavaleiros, Fragments of a Medieval Composition, and F. Identification of a Country, Essay on the Origins of Portugal, with 5 editions constantly revised and updated between 1985 and 1995. Professor Mattoso was awarded the Alfredo Pimenta Prize of Medieval History, and the Non-Fiction Prize of Pen Club for this work. He was also awarded the Fernando Pessoa Prize in 1987, among other important distinctions. He acted as the scientific editor of A History of Portugal, in 8 volumes. Bibliography: La Monarchisme Ibérica Cluny. Les Monastères du Diocèse de Porto de l'An 1200, 1968. As Familias Condes Portucalenses dos Séculos XVI, 1970. Benedictina Lusitana, 1974. Livre de Linhagens de Conde Pedro, ed. Critica, 1980. Livros Velhos de Linhagens, ed. Critica por Joseph Pili José Mattoso, 1980. A Nobreza Medieval Portuguesa, A Familia Eopoda, 1981, 1994. Ricos Homens, Infancos e Cavaleiros. A Nobreza Medieval Portuguesa nos Execuções. She 12, 1982, 1998. Religião e Cultura na Idade Media Portuguesa, 1982, 1997. Narrativas dos Livros de Linhagens, Seleção, Introdução e Comentários, 1983. Portugal Medieval, Novas Interpretações, 1985, 1992. O Essential sobre a Formação da Nacionalidade, 1985, 1986. Identificação de país. Ensaio sobre as Origens de Portugal, 1096 to 1325, 1985, 1995. O Essential sobre a Cultura Medieval Portuguesa, 1985, 1993. A Escrita da História, 1986. Fragmentos de uma Composição Medieval, 1987, 1990. O Essential sobre os Provérbios Medievais Portugueses, 1987. A Escrita da História, Teoria e Métodos, 1988, 1997. O Castelo e a Feira. A Terra de Santa Maria nos Séculos XIII 13 M. Collab, com Amélia Andrade, Luís Cruz, 1989. Almada no Tempo de Sancho I, 1991. Os Primeiros Reis, com Ana Maria Magalhães, Isabel Alcada, 1993, 2001. A Terra de Santa Maria no Século XIII. Problemas e Documentos, M. Collab, com Amélia Andrade, Luís Cruz, 1993. No Reino de Portugal, com Ana Maria Magalhães, Isabel Alcada, 1994, 2003. Collier, 1995. Tempos de Revolução, com Ana Maria Magalhães, Isabel Alcada, 1995. A Reino dos Mortos na Idade Media Península, ed. Lit. 1996. A Identidade Nacional, 1998-2003. A Função Social da História no Mundo de hoje, 1999. A dignidade con Santana e Resistencia Timorense, 2005. D. Afonso Enrique, 2007. Naquele tempo.